Hello, guys. So, this is my first time on YouTube Live. I've never done something like this before. I've been following tennis basically every week since 2011. It's one of my many passions, and I just thought it'd be really cool to share it with all you guys on YouTube. So, I'm really excited. Wimbledon is coming up. It's gearing to be a really exciting championship, and I think we're going to see some great matches over the next 2 weeks. This is supposed to be I think this is the most exciting slam that we're going to get in a long time. I'll go over it. I'll go over the draws are out. I'm going to actually do a live bracket. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, and I'm going to be going back and forth so you can see my face and you can see the screen as well. And we're going to be discussing and some previews and predictions, and let me know what you guys think. This is my first time on this YouTube channel on Click Tennis. I'm going to be doing analysis. I'm going to be covering the matches. I'm going to be doing draw previews. It's just a lot of fun. So before we get started, I should probably introduce myself. So my name is Vansh Vermani, and I live in San Diego, California, and I'm a high school student. I just finished my junior year, actually. So I'm not a professional certified coach of any kind. I just follow tennis on a really regular basis. I play on the school varsity team. I play USTA tournaments. I'm just really familiar with the game, and I just follow it so dearly. And, I can analyze it to the best of my ability, and hopefully you guys see that. You guys see my rawness. You guys see I tell it the way it is. I know it may offend some of you guys. I know some of us are Federer fans, some of us are Nadal fans, some of us are Djokovic fans. I totally get it. We live in a world online where there's all kinds of hate. I just really appreciate your guys' insight, criticisms. I really want to make this a really nice YouTube blog kind of a thing if I can. And yeah, all right, so we're going to get started. So this is interesting. So I'm going to switch over my screen here. Brackets, you can go on Tennis Channel, actually, and you can join and log in. This is free. You can sign up with your username and a password. And there's prizes for winners. You can select who you think is going to move on to the first round, second round, third round, and fourth round. And as we know, Wimbledon is the most unpredictable Grand Slam there is out of the four. I'd say probably the first week we're going to get loads and loads of upsets. They're going to be on upset alert. I mean, we've got some great matches, even the top players. There's no guarantee that we're going to have seeds 1, 2, 3, 4 in the men's draw. They're going to go, ladies draw, anything can happen. We had Yelena Ostapenko win the French Open. Who would have thought of that, guys? No one would have predicted that, right? World number 47 in WTA. There's probably 40 WTA players that can win Wimbledon. So that's why I decided not to go over women's and just focus on the men's tour for this particular championship. And so yeah, so I'm going to be doing my bracket picks. I'm going to tell you why I think this person is going to win, or this champion is going to come back. I'm going to be discussing all the possible scenarios, what I believe, and then I'm going to go ahead and click it, and I'm going to actually turn it in, and we'll see what happens. We'll see how close I am. Let me know what you guys think again. Make sure to comment below. I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, here we go. So I'm sharing my screen here, and you guys can actually see my racket bracket right here. So yeah. All right. So we're going to start with the first quarter of the draw, which includes Andy Murray. We've got Andy Murray coming in. There's a lot of question marks about him. Andy Murray is playing in his home country. He's playing in Wimbledon. He's the defending champion. He's the current world number one, by far the most underwhelming world number one we've ever had. Now, I know we're all saying this. What is wrong with Andy Murray? I get it, but I have to tell you guys, it's really not bad. Really not as bad as it seems. I think people are really giving him a hard time. To be honest, yeah, he's in a little bit of a slump. It could be because last year he had the best season of his career. He only lost 3 times after winning Wimbledon. He won Wimbledon. He won the Olympics. He was beating top players regularly. He finished the season on a 24-match winning streak. Took away the #1 ranking from his rival Novak Djokovic. who's also in a slump by his standards, and he's already lost 9 times this year. I mean, think about that. Last season itself, he only lost 9 times. He lost 9 times total the whole year, and that's including the clay court season where he usually doesn't have as much success. But you know what? I think he's going to bounce well. And there's rumors that he has a hip injury at the moment, from practice or from whatever it is. He lost early in Queens. He lost to a lucky loser, Jordan Thompson in Queens. I mean, that is a bit worrisome, but let's not forget he's playing in center court in SW19. He's won this event 2 times, and he has a favorable draw, so he can sort of work his way up and maybe get into the second week. I mean, I can't imagine him losing before the 4th round. I mean, I think in the last 6 or 7 years, we have seen Murray at his best in the majors. Okay, yes, he is 3-8 in Grand Slam finals, but because he's come up in an era where he's against Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, who I think are 3 of the greatest players of all time. So, I mean, yeah, so he is going to make his way up. And, I don't think the hip injury is going to be as much of a factor. Once the tournament starts, he's going to be razor focused. He knows that there's a lot of pressure, and the crowd is going to be rooting for him all the way. So I don't see any potential tricky opponents right here. I'm going to say, so Andy Murray is facing Bublik. Bublik is an upcoming, next-gen star, if you will. He had a great win over Lucas Pouille at the Australian Open. And I don't think he's done much since then, but I think he's going to play nothing to lose. I think he might push Murray for about a set or 2, and I think Murray might struggle a little bit in the early rounds. I think he'll find his groove. He has Lendl in his corner. He has a great team around him, great fitness coach. I'm sure that he's going to be back in shape. I don't think the hip will be a problem. I'm going to go with Murray here. So next we got João Sousa and Dustin Brown. This is Dustin Brown's time of the year. I mean, this is Dustin Brown's, he goes all in on grass. I mean, he beat Nadal a couple years ago. Yeah, that was 2015. He outplayed Nadal in 4 sets. He's had some good results. In Halle, he pushed Bautista Agut in a 3rd set tiebreak. So, and he's playing João Sousa, who's a very consistent, very kind of like a David Ferrer, but on a much lower scale. But Brown has got a lot of talent. He's great at the net, great hands. It should be exciting, but I'm not sure he's as consistent and as mentally stable as Sousa. But it's Wimbledon. I'm gonna have to pick Dustin Brown here. Yeah, I may change it later. So let's see, what do we have here? Vesely or Marchenko? Ooh, this is another 50-50 match. Vesely played well here last year. He got to the 4th round. Lost a close match to his countryman Thomas Berdych in 5 sets. He upset Dominic Thiem in the 2nd round on grass, and Thiem had come in last year with a title under his belt, so that was pretty impressive to see. And he's playing a qualifier. He's got some confidence. Marchenko. I think Vesely has a big lefty serve, and all the lefties on the surface, they're going to be looking to use that lefty wide serve, and they're going to be looking to do some damage and open up the court from there. So I think I'm going to put Yuri Vesely over Marchenko. Fabio Fognini or Tursunov? I'm going to go with Fognini. Kyrgios and Herbert. Okay, you know what? Everyone's thinking dark horses. Everyone's talking about Kyrgios. But I really would not put Kyrgios as a dark horse. He's been so underwhelming since the Miami Open when he pushed Roger Federer to his limit. Since then, everyone's talking about him at Wimbledon. Guys, he's injured. He is not fit at all. He's not there mentally. He's not ready to go deep yet in slams. He is not ready. No matter what you say, I know he has a huge serve. I know all the talent is there. I know he's a big match player. I know all that. But you got to have the motivation to get through the first few weeks. I don't think he's taking his training very seriously. I saw his practice. He has, he's been fooling around and, just not really fooling around, but, just not in the Grand Slam mindset. I don't see him going very far. I see him getting to the 3rd round, maybe. He's got a great match against Herbert from France, who was a #1 doubles player. He plays a great style, serve and volley. It should be tough, but I think I'm going to go with, I think Kyrgios can get through that one. And then we got Paire and Silva. Pair is another really erratic player. You know, I think even more mentally unstable than Kyrgios, but I'm gonna have to go with Pair here. Yeah, I mean Kyrgios is not gonna. I don't see it. I mean, especially if he's gonna play Murray. I mean, let's see. So Shapovalov and Janowicz. Shapovalov is an upcoming teenager lefty. He's got a great one-handed lefty backhand. I mean, I watched him in Queens last week. He pushed Thomas Berdych to 7-5, and he won a tiebreaker against him. He pushed him. Last year, he actually won the juniors last year in Wimbledon. And he's playing another flash in the pan, Jerzy Janowicz, who got to the semis in 2013. You know, huge server, great drop shots, great touch. Again, I think Shapovalov is an upcoming player. I think he's going to be relishing this opportunity. I think this could go 5 sets, and I think he's going to win his first match in the main draw. I'm really looking forward to this one. This is going to be a great match. Shapovalov, I think, is going to win it. Yaziri and Pui. Pui is just a really, really solid player. I think he's going to crack the top 10 pretty soon. He's got all the shots. He's just a simple. I don't think he'll ever win a Grand Slam. I just think he's going to be a nice, stable kind of a Ferrer or Tsonga or Berdych type player, you know, in the top 10. So I think he can make some runs here. Pui for that one. Tsonga versus Norrie. Cameron Norrie is a college player who's just turned pro actually, and he's playing Tsonga here. I think I like Joe Willie on the grass. I'm going to go with him. I'm going to have to pick up the pace here. We don't have all day. Simon Bolelli against Randy Liu. You know, this is another interesting match. It could go 50-50. I'm going to go with Liu here. Burlock or Basilashvili. I think Basilashvili is having a good season. He made the finals in Memphis, losing to Ryan Harrison. He's a great clay court player. I know he's not so great on grass, but, you know, I think, I mean, this is another 50-50. I think Basilashvili has a more solid backhand. I'm going to go with him. Querrey and Fabiano. I think Querrey is a dark horse. Absolutely. After that stunner over Djokovic last year, he has to be a dark horse. Again, we'll see which Sam Querrey shows up, but yeah, he should get through that one, as well as Basilashvili. But we've got Verdasco and Anderson, two very big hitters that nobody wants to face actually on this surface. Kevin Anderson is back to his physical best. We know he cracked the top 10 in 2015. Fernando Verdasco, always a dangerous floater out there. No top player wants to face him. I mean, this is another excellent match. I mean, I'm going to go with Verdasco. Gombos or Seppi. I pick Seppi. Tommy Haas. Tommy Haas is actually Tommy Haas upset Roger Federer in Stuttgart, and that was really wonderful to see for him. Even though I'm a Federer fan personally, you know, I think I'm gonna go with Tommy here. I think he can win one match. Medvedev or Wawrinka. Medvedev is another next gen star. He moves incredibly well on the grass. He has a huge serve. He just knocked off Querrey and a couple other really good players this week in Eastbourne, eventually losing to Novak. And, you know, Stan Wawrinka, this is the only major that he hasn't won. This is a really tough first round for him. This is gonna be a huge test. This could go 5 sets. And I think he's hired Paul Anicote now in his team, Wawrinka. We know how good he can be once he gets to the early rounds. But I don't think his game on the grass, I don't think just his court positioning, like just the way he returns and the way he has huge swings off the backhand and forehand side. I think he just needs a little more time. But I think slowly we are seeing him come to the net more. We are seeing him improve his transition game. He already moves fantastic for a 32-year-old. He's won 3 Grand Slams. And if he gets through this will give him some confidence. He's not going to win Wimbledon. As much of an Iron Man he is, he's not going to win this event. But I think if he gets through Medvedev, that's going to give him a lot of confidence. So I see that one going 5 sets. But definitely, I mean, this is an upset alert right here. Nadal or Millman. Okay, so if you're a Rafa fan right now, I mean, you've got to be loving your draw. Absolutely. Rafa just tears through the clay court season, wins his 10th Roland Garros title. Absolutely so impressive. I mean, just he is back to his absolute very best. I mean, you got to think if he can get through the first week. I know he struggled a lot at Wimbledon, guys. I know 2012 through 2016, he was struggling with his knees. He comes in after winning the French every year except 2015, and he crashes out early to players ranked out of the top 100. I know he lost to Kyrgios. He lost to Darcy's. In 2013, he lost to Rosal in 5 sets. These are all big hitters. When they're playing their A game, they can take time away from Nadal, and they can make him, these big servers and big hitters. Nadal is vulnerable against those guys because his spin, his top spin that works on the clay for him, the ball does not bounce as high on the grass as it would on clay, especially in the first week. I mean, the first week, the grass is lush. I mean, it's lush. Even Nadal has admitted, I mean, he's vulnerable in the first week. So to have a guy like Millman in the first round, that is really encouraging for him. And I think now the way he's playing with so much confidence, his forehand, he's stepping inside the court, he's returning closer to the baseline, his serve, everything. Carlos Moya was the best decision he ever made. I mean, if he gets through the first week, we could have a possible dream Rafa Roger final again. I mean, what a 2017 resurgence for both of those champions. Everyone counted them off. What a fool we made out of ourselves. I mean, no one thought Federer would win the Aussie Open and then follow that up with Indian Wells and Miami. I mean, it just goes to show you these guys they're here to stay. We're going to see this for another 3 or 4 more years, believe me. And it could very well happen this fortnight. I'm going to go with Nadal over Millman. I think this is a perfect first round for Nadal. I mean, this guy, he can beat this guy in straight sets. We will see. We don't know, what's going to happen. How will the weather be like? That plays a big role too, the weather. If it's hot, that generally favors Nadal. Young and Istomin. Some good tennis on the grass. I mean, I watched him play Djokovic earlier this week in Eastbourne. He gave him a good fight. I mean, he had set points in the second set. He should have won the second, quite honestly. Djokovic is not even close to his best. And Denis Istomin, we know what he can do. He ousted Djokovic at the Aussie Open in the second round. This is an exciting first round encounter. I like the way Donald Young is playing, and certainly you'd hope Nadal, if you're Nadal, you want Young to win. You don't want to have to play Istomin, who serves big, who's a big match player, who is so unpredictable. And, I think Donald Young is playing solid. So this match should go to 5 sets. I'm going to say Young. And then, again, a good second round for Nadal here. Monteiro and Whittington, this is another 50-50 match. Monteiro is a good clay court player from Brazil. Whittington is a qualifier. This could go either way. I mean, who knows? Not a match that's really going to impact the tournament, I don't think. I'm going to go with the Whittington. Why not? Upset, whatever. Kuznetsov or Kachanov? Kachanov is another really good player to watch out. I mean, if you're Nadal, he's in his section of the draw. They could meet in the third round. I think he moves really well on grass. He's 6'6", solid serve, huge forehand, good direction on the serve, pushed Roger Federer and Halle to a tiebreaker. I mean, and Federer had nothing but praise for him afterwards. I mean, Kachanov is a dangerous guy. This could be the ultimate test for Nadal later. And Kachanov against Kuznetsov, I think Kachanov, I'm going to go with him. Karlovic or Bedin? Karlovic on the grass. Yep, always a dark horse. Renzo Olivo's a clay court player. Zoomer's been playing a lot of challengers. I think that will give him some confidence. Olivo did beat Tsonga at the French. And Tsonga was having all kinds of trouble that day. I think I'm going to go with Zoomer here. Rosal or Lackinson. Rosal has confidence going through the qualifying. Muller over Fuchsovitz. I'm going to go with him. Nishikori's been going through all sorts of struggle with injury. His body keeps on letting him down. Even if he gets to the 4th round, he's not going to be fit. His body is going to break down by then. And I know the way he plays, it exerts. He puts a lot of strain on his hips, a lot of strain, and he doesn't serve big. He's not a guy that can just win points off his serve, And on the grass, it's going to be really tough to translate his all-court aggressive game. I just don't. I think he'll get through this. Maybe 4 sets. Grass is a tough surface for him. Stakhovsky or Beneteau? It's a good match. Stakhovsky, we know he can play well on grass. Beneteau as well. I'm going to lead Beneteau here. Why not? Peter Gojowicz or Marcus Kopel. I'm going to go with Kopel. Anybody 50-50 that match. Kopel, why not? Morer or Bautista Agut. I'm going to go with Bautista Agut. He's tough as nails. He's your consistent third round, fourth round guy. Steve Johnson or Nicholas Kicker. Steve Johnson made the fourth round last year. Bagnus or Albert, 50-50. Gonna go with Bagnus. This is not another impactful match. Troitsky or Mayer. Florian Mayer can play some good tennis on the grass. He's won Halle before, I think, and Troitsky can play well too. I mean, they both mix up their shots. They both have kind of an interesting game. I'm gonna go with Mayer. Ooh, and Marin Cilic. Watch out for Marin Cilic. He's in Rafa's section of the draw. We know he's made the quarters. But he's the U.S. Open champion in 2014. He made the quarters. He was up 2-0 on Roger Federer. He had 3 match points against him. That was the match of the year, in my opinion, from last year. Cilic, watch out for that serve. Watch out for the big first strike tennis, the first ball. I mean, he's an absolute threat on this surface. He could go all the way. I mean, no joke. He's playing with so much confidence. He's going to be devastated after that loss that he had to Feliciano in Queens in the final. Feliciano Lopez beating him, saving a match point. I mean, he's going to want to get right back. And he's got a great team now around him. Jonas Borkman, who worked with Andy Murray. And Borkman was a great player back in the day. That's Swede. He knows he can, I mean, Cilic, and he's got a tough first round against Kohlschreiber, the veteran. So that's going to be interesting. I picked Marin Cilic here, but, you know, it could be, if he gets through this match, he's going to be feeling pretty good. So watch out. Milos Raonic. Milos Raonic made it to the finals last year. Obviously, he upset Roger Federer. That was a match where Federer fell down, hurt his surgically repaired knee once more, and then called it quits, pulled the plug for the rest of the season. I don't think he's playing nearly, he's obviously not playing at nearly the same level anymore. I mean, he's had a drop off after he won that match and after he got to the finals. He hasn't done much since. I mean, the clay court season was very average at best. But you know what? Raonic has the tools. On this surface, if this was any other surface, I mean, Raonic would not get to the second week. If this was on clay, I believe. I know he moves well at the net. He serves really big. He's got a great forehand, a good slice that stays low. He's made it to the finals before. Just that alone is going to be enough to elevate his game. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. But yeah, Raonic can make it. So Raonic, and yeah, Raonic, Yuzhny or Mahut. I picked Mahut. Yuzhny is 35 now and not at the same level that he was, say, 4 or 5 years ago. Rublev is a good upcoming Russian. He's got a winnable match here against Travaglia. Yeah. Jordan Thompson. Jordan Thompson upset Andy Murray last week in Queens. That was a brilliant match. He has a tough serve to read, very low ball toss. As a young Aussie, he scored a really big win earlier this year over Jack Sock in the Davis Cup. He can play some ball. I mean, this is a guy you need to watch out for. He could do some damage, at least in the first couple of rounds. He's playing against Ramos Vinolas, who's the 25 seed. Ramos Vinolas is an excellent clay court player, made the Monte Carlo final, played an incredible clay court season. You know, I think he's even top 10 in the race to London. So this is, but on grass, I mean, on grass, it's just not the same. I mean, the first week it's going to favor the people who can serve bigger, who can take the time away, who take the ball early, who take big cuts at the ball. And I think Thompson is ready. Thompson is going to take out Ramos. Sock over here. Sock and Bellucci. Ooh, Robin Haas and Francis Tiafoe has been making some move. Tiafoe has done really well in the challengers. He's brought his ranking up. He's now top 75 in the world. He's playing Robin Hasse. Robin Hasse is a good player. I mean, he's a good player. He wins all the hot shot highlights. I mean, he beat Team in Halle. He can play really well on the grass. He's a good quality player from the Netherlands. I mean, this should be a good match. I think 4 or 5 sets. I don't think Tiafoe's ready yet to make the jump. He's got some technical issues in his forehand, but look for him over the years, definitely. But I think Hasse for this. Don't score Alexander Zverev, Sasha Zverev, your future world number 1. Obviously, after Federer and Nadal and everyone else is gone, Djokovic and Murray, Wawrinka, then Zverev can really take over. He's got all the game too. Obviously, he's been so good this year. But we'll see if he's ready to do well in majors, because he still hasn't beaten, believe it or not, he hasn't beaten a top 50 player in a major yet. And that itself is a big hurdle at 20. So Dimitrov or Schwartzman? I like Dimitrov. I know he had a great start to the season. I mean, very encouraging start. Winning Brisbane, beating 3 top 10 players, getting to the semifinals, playing an absolutely electric and amazing match against Nadal. 5 sets, absolutely sucking every soul of energy out of Rafa. 5 hours. And then his level is just, he's dropped. He's back to the Dimitrov that we know from the last 2 years. And, hopefully he can get it back. Grass is a surface that suits Dimitrov. Dimitrov can play well on the grass. He's somebody to watch out for, but he has to get through these rounds. He has to put himself in that position. It's all about putting yourself in that position in the first week. Baghdadis or Ward? Ward went through the qualifying. He's ranked about 800. Baghdadis can play some ball. This could be, Ward. He has the British support. I'm gonna go with Baghdadis. Yeah. Sela or Granolers? I'm gonna go with Sela. Now, this is the match for the United States. This could be played on July 4th too. How exciting would that be? Taylor Fritz taking on John Isner. Taylor Fritz took 3 months off, skipped the whole clay court season. Lost early in some challengers. From San Diego, I'm rooting for him all the way. Go San Diego. He's playing against John Isner. In some ways, someone he looked up to. And, it's going to be, I think he can make some inroads. He can win a set or two. Obviously, there's going to be some tiebreakers. This is not an easy match for either. Isner's going to feel the pressure. Fritz is going to feel the pressure once. He's going to get a little tight. He's not quite there mentally yet. He's working on his fitness. But it's great to see him win those 3 qualifying matches. He's back where he wants to be. And best of luck to Fritz. But ultimately, I think Isner's going to do it again. It's going to be 4 or 5 sets, but I think Fritz is a little one-dimensional right now. He's got some work to do. Zverev, Misha Zverev or Tomic? Ooh, serve and volley or Misha Zverev. I mean, he's had a great season so far. He's back in the top 30. Amazing. All that guy has battled through with injuries. The emergence of his brother in the top 10, that certainly helped him a lot. We know he played Federer last week in Halle. But, I don't see, against Tomic, he hasn't done well, backing up his results. He's had some good weeks, but then he's had some not so great losses, I think. When you serve and volley, there's only so much you can do every match. And I think he has some limitations. Believe it or not, I know Zverev, everyone's saying is a dark horse. He did lose to Tomic on grass, and he has 16 and 19 for the year. That's not even 0.500 as a player, and he's in the top 30. I know he's had some great runs. I know he won 7 matches in a row. He made it to the finals in Geneva. He took out Kei Nishikori in the semis. He played a great match against Stan Wawrinka in the final. And so he can play well. He's shown he can do some damage. And Tomic is just everywhere at the moment. I mean, he's gone so far down. His confidence, everything. I mean, his motivation, he doesn't move at all on the court anymore. I mean, he's almost tanking matches. And so, but, Tomic has more talent than Zverev. And, I think if you want to go for an upset in the first week, everyone's picking Zverev. He's in Federer's section. You got to go with what we've seen. I've got to go with what I see. But then again, I know it's Wimbledon, and I've got to take some chances here. I really, really don't know. I'm gonna go with Zverev. Why not? Okay. Kukushkin or Daniel Kukushkin. Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas is a good upcoming player. Lajovic is more experienced. I never heard of him really. He's from Serbia. He's good on clay. Dolgopolov and Roger Federer. If you're Roger Federer, if you're a Fed head out there, for most people, this is not a great match. This is not somebody you want to meet in the first round of Wimbledon. It really isn't. He can throw all kinds of slices, all kinds of spins at you. He's got a really difficult serve to read. So good at the net. Just such a flashy, entertaining player. I watched him practice. He's got all kinds of shots. All kinds of unorthodox type game. But against Federer, if Federer comes out firing that backhand, he comes out sharp, he comes out ready, he's serving good, he has his form from Halle. This will be easy, no problem, straight sets. But if he's not quite 100%, this could go 4 or 5 sets. I don't see him losing this match at all. But yeah, this is a good test for the first round. Thiem or Pospisil? Okay, here's the thing about Thiem. He's not going to do well at Wimbledon. I say that, I mean it. He's not going to do well. He is just so good on clay. He had an excellent clay season. He's just playing every single week. That's taking a toll on his body. And on the grass, where he takes big swings, he likes to go way back. He likes to return from way far back in the corner, deep. He doesn't have quite the game yet to penetrate, to move up to the net. He can run, and he's got the stamina, but he needs more time. He needs more time on his shots. It's that simple, and he just can't do it day after day and week after week. I think it's going to take his toll. I think I'm going to go here and say Pospisil is a great grass court player. He won Wimbledon doubles. I am going for it. Pospisil is going to beat Thiem, guys. I'm calling it. Pospisil over Thiem in the first round. Yeah, Thiem is not ready to make a move at Wimbledon yet. Simone or Jari, Nicholas Jari, yeah, Simone, 4 sets maybe. Tipsarevic or Donaldson, interesting first round. I'm gonna go with Donaldson. Why not? He's a good upcoming junior. Works very hard. Zeballos or Lorenzi? Again, these matches, it's so hard to pick. It could be 50-50. Zeballos plays really well on clay. Lorenzi's won a title on clay. Pushed Murray to 4 sets last year at the US Open in the 3rd round. He is seeded. Zeballos, I don't know. Lorenzi. Gasquet or Ferrer? Ferrer has really dropped off. He's never going to be the same player. He's 8-14 on the year. Can you believe that? 2 years ago, he was in the London finals. He was winning 5 or 6 titles a year. Now he can't even win a match. He's playing Gasquet. That's a tough match. No way. Gasquet wins that easy. Or Berankis, pick Darcy's. Chorich or Harrison. That's an interesting first round. These are really great popcorn matches. For the first week, and these players could do some damage. Not Harrison. Chorich, going through this thing, I gotta go Chorich. Why not? Burditch over Shardy. I have to go quick here. I gotta get somewhere at 7:30. Monfils or Brands? Yeah, Monfils. Again, let me know what you guys think. I'd like to hear your comments. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Sorry. I'm gonna go here back to Hangouts. Yeah. Sorry. Just 1 second. Yeah. Hey guys, so just let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to share my screen again. All right. Here we go. I'll show my face later at the end. So, Edmund Award, I got to get through this. Sugita just won a title today, guys. He's back in the top 50. He's in the top 50. That's amazing. What a move. He's moved in the last 5 months. He's been on a run. Sugita beat Ferrer this week. He won the title. He beat Manarino in the final. Ooh, and they could play again. Feliciano Lopez is playing the tennis of his life. He's my number 1 dark horse, Feliciano Lopez. Del Potro or Kokkinakis? Here's where it gets good, guys. Kokkinakis beat Raonic in Queens in 2 tiebreakers. We know Del Potro still iffy with the wrist, never gonna have the same backhand, in my opinion. In best of 5 sets, Del Potro wins that. Gulbis or Estrella Burgos? Gulbis. Interesting to see him in the main draw. He made the top 10 and has just been absolutely, it's just, yeah, Gulbis is just an enigma. I'm going to go with Gulbis. Why not? Escobedo over Pavlicek, yeah. Okay, now I want to talk about Djokovic. So Novak Djokovic, what does he do? He hires Andre Agassi as his coach, and he plays. I mean, what I've seen is maybe the most. I mean, he did not want to be on the court in the third set against Thiem at the French Open. I mean, that's where you saw, okay, this is. I mean, what was a slump that, okay, could have lasted all of 2016. I mean, now it's all sorts of question marks for Novak. I mean, he's just doing soul searching right now. His game is nowhere near where it was at world number 1. I mean, this was the guy who won 4 majors in a row, who was on a roll. I mean, he was going to surpass Federer in Grand Slams, and he's won 4 in a row and number 1 player for over 230 weeks. I mean, top 2 since 2011. I mean, what happened to this guy? What happened? It's a combination of many things. Many, many, many things. And I'll go over it. I'll do another live on it at a different time. As for right now, this is a really tough draw for Djokovic. For old Djokovic, he would have torn through this draw. But out of the big 4, he has the toughest draw right now. Martin Klijan is not somebody you want to face in the first round. I mean, he might lose in the first round itself, Djokovic. But because it's best of 5 sets, and because he just played in Eastbourne, maybe we'll give him a little bit of confidence. But Klijan, I mean, really, you got to watch out for Delpo in the third round. But Klijan could push him. I think this is going to go 4 or 5 sets. It'll be good for Djokovic to get that match under his belt, and we'll see what happens. So Djokovic wins that. Okay, I got to go quickly here. I really want to do some more analysis, go more in depth about what I think about all the players, but I guess I'll just have to do a general live some other time. Right now, I'm just going to go with my picks and make it short, as I got to leave somewhere. So Murray or Brown? Definitely Brown's got all the flair in the world, but he's playing center court at Wimbledon. I mean, he's playing the number 1 player in the world, and by now Murray is gonna get through this. Murray has the all-court variety and more game than Brown. Fournier or Vesely? Interesting. Huh. Why did I not see this? Vesely over Fournier. Kyrgios and Pair. The battle of the racket breakers for Kyrgios and Pair. Yeah. Nick has got to hold it together, I mean, for at least one more match, right? I mean, just that serve of his is going to help him out, even if he's injured. Kyrgios wins that. Shapovalov and Pui, that's an interesting matchup if he gets through Janowicz. Pui is really solid. Generally, you have to go with the more solid player on any surface. Pui can play on any surface. Tsonga over Liu. Query over Basilashvili. Verdasco over Seppi. Wawrinka and Haas, 2 good friends. Again, this could go 4 or 5. This could go 4 sets, and more wear and tear on Stanimal. But Stanimal's a beast. And Tommy Haas, this is his last match at Wimbledon. He's going to give it his all. But Wawrinka wins that. Nadal over Young, excellent matchup for Nadal right here. Kachanov, ooh. Now it gets good for Rafa fans, or not so good, depending on how you see it. Karlovic over Zoomer. Muller's playing some really great tennis. Won the tournament in Herschenbosch in Finland, and then got to the semis and lost to Cilic in Queens. So he's playing good. Nishikori is going to squeeze his way out of Beneteau. Hopefully he's not injured. Bautista Agut. Johnson, another tricky match. Cilic, but Cilic has got 2 tricky matches here. And so Cilic here wins this. Raonic or Mahmoud? Interesting. I think Raonic just even when he's not playing his best, just because it's grass. And on this surface, his serve can do the most damage, more than on an indoor court, more than on a just with the fast conditions and the way it travels through the serve, the way it's going to travel, and the way he's going to be able to mix that up, along with his volleys and his just his game is just it's built for this surface. I think that this will be his most consistent major, Wimbledon. Thompson over Rublev, Sock over Pui. Robin Hasse could give a really good fight to Zverev. They played in the first round of the Australian Open. That was 5 sets. Zverev, this is going to take some battle. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be 4 or 5 sets. And I think Zverev is going to come through, but I don't see him getting to the semifinals or quarterfinals, Zverev, yet. I think he's got to wait a little bit longer. He's a great best of 3 player, but like I said, I mean, he's playing every week, and he's definitely going to be a number 1. I mean, I definitely, he's got everything. But and he's willing to work really hard. He's got a great team, but we'll have to wait. Dimitrov over Baghdadis, Isner over Sela, Misha Zverev over Kukushkin. Federer wins this easy. Pospisil or Simone? I'm gonna go with Pospisil again. I think he's gonna make a run. Donaldson over Lorenz. Oh, actually, I think Donaldson can make a move. I think he's ready. I think so. I might have to change this around. Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go with Donaldson. Gasquet or Darcy Gasquet. Chorich or Berdych. Croatia versus Czech Republic. I mean, this is going to be another test for Berdych. Berdych is not playing nearly as well as he was last year or the year before. He's struggling at the moment, and he just got a new coach today, actually. He's hired Radek Stepanek. I think Berdych will overpower him. This is his best chances at Wimbledon. Edmund or Monfils? Monfils. Monfils is just... Monfils is... we'll have to do another live on Monfils and about him later. But I think he'll get through Edmund. Lopez over Sugita. Yeah, that's... Lopez is gonna go far here. Del Potro over Galvis. Escobedo has got nothing to lose against Novak, but you know Novak now is a little vulnerable. Gonna go with Novak still. Okay, 3rd round. Now it gets real. All right, Murray against Vesely. Now he's slowly starting to find his form. Murray. This is exactly the kind of draw he wanted. I think he's gonna be laser focused. He's gonna go through this. I think he can win this in straight sets. I think Murray is gonna come back. I think he'll rebound from this. This is just another. He's been injured. I mean, Murray. He's had shingles. He's had the flu this year. He played so much last year. It was inevitable. This is just part of the process. Kyrgios or Pui? Okay, now here's where it ends for Kyrgios. Kyrgios is done. He's donezo. Pui made the quarters last year at Wimbledon. I mean, on paper, Kyrgios has way more talent. He's got a much better serve, much bigger serve. He's got all the tools, but this is where he's going to get injured. He's going to start, there's going to be some of the other controversy around this match. He's going to disappoint again, like he has been in the majors. He's not ready. He's just not ready. Pui is ready. Pui is real deal. I said that last year when he took out Nadal at the U.S. Open. Query over. Oh wait, I picked Tsonga here. Okay. Query or Tsonga? This is interesting. We'll see how Query is playing. I mean, Tsonga on the grass to me just has a little bit more variety. And even when Query is at his best, I think Tsonga moves really well on the grass, and he's got more variety, and he's less one dimensional than Query. I'm gonna go with Tsonga here. Verdasco or Stan? Yeah, Stan wins that. Pui. Oh, okay, Nadal or Kachanov. Okay, here is where Kachanov can really give Nadal a scare. I mean, this could be 4 or 5 sets, even with the confidence that Nadal is playing. I mean, this young Russian guy can just belt the ball so hard. He can cause all kinds of damage he's an all-court player. He's not just a serve and a forehand. He's got a very solid two-handed backhand. He's got a good team around him. He's a young upcoming Russian. He moves very well for 6'6". Moves grass is his best surface. Even on clay, he did well this year. He got to the 4th round at Roland Garros. But you know what? Nadal is different in 2017. He's special. Nadal wins. Karlovic or Muller? Muller wins that. That's going to be all tiebreakers. Muller is going to win. Nishikori over Bautista. Cilic over, and again, this is a great match. And hopefully Nishikori's body doesn't break down. These get to here before it breaks. Cilic over Johnson. Raonic over Thompson. Zverev over Sock. That's a great match. Dimitrov, hopefully he can get through Isner. I mean, hopefully he can finish it. He can finish it off. I think. Hopefully, I really want to see Fed versus Baby Fed. Federer versus Zverev. I know everyone's saying it's a tough match. It's not a tough match. This is exactly the match that Federer wants. He's going to win this in straight sets, especially if he plays well in these first couple of rounds. There's no stopping the Fed train now. Federer wins that, and I really hope he does. I do love. I'll just so you guys know, I love all the players. I mean, I absolutely have. I have admiration for all of these guys. I mean, but Federer is my number one idol, and Federer, I will always have a little bit of bias. You will see in my videos, I'll have a little bit of bias towards Fed. I mean, who doesn't? Everyone does. Either Federer or Nadal. That's what it's been about this century, at least. Pospisil or Donaldson? I pick Pospisil. I think he'll make it all the way to the 4th round. Gasquet or Berdych? So Gasquet is having a little bit of a resurgence again on grass. Berdych is just too laid back at the moment. I don't see him changing things in his game. I don't see him. Gasquet will win this match. I think Gasquet has a good record against Berdych. Monfils or Lopez? Feli all the way. Feli Lopez is playing his best tennis at 35. All right, here we go. Okay, do I want to talk about this? This will decide the landscape. This is the main match in the bottom half of the draw. Like, this is it, like right here. Like, if Novak doesn't win this match, I mean, he's out. If Novak wins this match, it's gonna take a big toll. It's gonna be 4 or 5 hours. It's gonna be lengthy. They've already played 3 times this year. Del Potro has had chances to win against him twice. I know on the clay he does not move nearly as well. And Djokovic was having a run there when he beat Del Potro and he beat Thiem in Rome, and then it just went back to Djokovic in 2017. I mean, Del Potro, I mean, you got to think, if he gets through Kokkinakis, he gets through Gulbis, in 4 or 5 sets, that slice that he's going to hit is going to stay really low on the ground. He's already got the huge serve and the forehand have not gone away. The only thing is his backhand. And is he going to be able to take that court position? Is he going to be able to take that backhand a little bit early? Hopefully, he has some confidence in that wrist of his. I mean, he's never going to be the same player again, but you know what? Djokovic is just, he's not ready to get to the semis. I think if he wins this match, he has a good shot at the semis. If he doesn't, I mean, even if he wins this match, actually, I take that back. Even if he wins this match, there's no guarantee he's getting to the semis. Like I said, we're going to have to do another live on Djokovic and what's been going on with him the last year or so in terms of his coaching team. Pepe Imaz, self-love. It's all about self-love and all about this thing. And I think that's hurting Djokovic. You can't self-love and hugs and all of that emotional thing, all that emotional nourishment that Imaz is trying to bring in his team is not going to win him Grand Slam titles. It's just not going to do it. Oh gosh, it's 7:28. I mean, I could go on and on about Novak. I mean, we'll save that for another time. But okay, here's my boldest prediction right here. I'm going to say Del Potro. I'm going to say Del Potro causes the upset of the tournament right here. Yeah, I'm going to go with Del Po. Murray or Pui? I think Pui is ready to test Murray. I think Pui is playing on center court. I think we'll see how much the Kyrgios match takes out of him. We're dealing with all those big serves. Murray is back. Murray is going to get to the semis if he gets to the first week. He's a confidence player. Murray wins Pui. Tsonga or Stanimo? By now, Stanimo has gotten through Verdasco, Haas, and Medvedev. Same confidence player, big match. He's had the edge over Songa. Doesn't matter if it's on grass. Right here. Nadal or Muller. Again, a big lefty serve, but remember that lefty serve is going to the Nadal forehand. And by now the grass is more like a clay court. Okay, it's obviously not Roland Garros where he's won 10 times, but it's we're back to the point where Nadal is now ready in the second week. I mean, we're back to 2007, 2008. Nadal is a beast. He's getting through this. I mean, how lucky are we to see Federer and Nadal playing so well? Cilic versus Nishikori. Here's where it ends for Nishikori. There could be a retirement of some sort here. Look for a breakdown of some kind of body part, a wrist, a hamstring, a knee. I mean, all sorts of things have been bothering K for the past whole year. I mean, yeah, Cilic right here. Cilic wins this. Raonic or Zverev? Okay, here's where a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me here. I know it's been all about Sasha Zverev. I mean, there's no doubting it. He's going to be number one. I mean, I don't see anything slowing him down. He's 20. He's got every shot, and he beats Raonic 8 out of 10 times on a different surface. I say, he already beat him on clay earlier this year. But just remember, I mean, think of Milos, how well he played last year to get to the finals. Just think about his game for a second. Think about the way he serves. Think about how much trouble that slice backhand is going to cause Zverev. Zverev likes the balls up high. He likes to take the ball early. He has a very solid backhand, but I don't think it's going to work quite as well against Milos. I think Milos is going to do a great job of mixing up the pace. Milos might be struggling a little bit. Physically might still not be at 100%. But, he has Mark Knowles on his team now. And he's got, this is a best of 5 set match right here. We've got tiebreakers. I mean, the bounce is unpredictable. I mean, and on top of that, he's not a natural volleyer, but when he comes to the net and he comes in on his own terms, and on this surface, and it's still round of 16, yeah, this is a tough match for Zverev, and Zverev is gonna have a tough match against Haas. He's gonna have a tough one against Sock. And is he really ready, best of 5 sets, to take Milos out and play against Roger Federer? I mean, it's gonna be on his mind. He's gonna be feeling it a little bit. I'm gonna go with Raonic. I think you might disagree, and I think Raunic's run absolutely ends right here, because Federer will be looking for revenge. Federer will get the better of Dimitrov. I mean, he's going to own Dimitrov if they play. Pospisil or Gasquet? Gasquet. Gasquet's back in the quarters. Gasquet, this is his best surface. If he does anything, it's going to be on grass. Lopez or Del Potro? Here's what I think. Lopez is playing the best tennis of his career. He's playing the best tennis of his life. I mean, Del Potro is so tired now from beating Djokovic. His wrist isn't going to hold up. I mean, who knows, if it rains, he might have to play back-to-back. It's going to be really tough for him to sustain that level. And it's going to be a great victory, and Del Potro can still be top 10 even with that backhand not being there. But it's not really an upset, so I'm going with Lopez. Okay, so this is not what you expected, because obviously Djokovic is out, but I had to take some chance here. And I think Djokovic, even though he won in Eastbourne, is just not enough right now. He needs more time with Agassi. He's got Mario Ancic in his corner now, but he needs Agassi. I mean, it's going to take some time for Djokovic to come back, or he may never come back. I'll discuss that in another live maybe, because I know this will happen to this happened to Federer, it happened to Murray, it's happened to Nadal, but this is big right here. I mean, Djokovic may never win a Grand Slam again. That's just my opinion. We're gonna go back. Murray, but you can never count him out. You can never count out champions. He's still going to be in the top 10 or top 5, no matter just how badly he plays. I mean, he's still rock solid against most players. He's still won 80% of his matches this year. So, yeah, we'll discuss Djokovic later. That's a big topic. Murray or Wawrinka? Okay. Andy Murray is back now. Stan the man. Once again, he's going to reach the quarters. It's going to be a big fight, 4 or 5 sets. I don't think Stanimel can pull this off. I'm gonna go with Murray. I think Murray can break him down. He can. He knows how to block pace. I mean, Murray is one of the best counterpunchers. You're probably. I mean, the way he can convert defense to offense, and I mean his defense plus the crowd, it's gonna be too much in the end. He's gonna penetrate with his defense and then with his offense, and his game is gonna be back. But this will take a lot out of him right here. Nadal or Cilic? I say 5 sets right here. I mean Cilic is a big, but right now Nadal now is in the second week, and this right here is we're gonna see a big vamos right here from Rafa. Look for Rafa here, and or I mean Cilic definitely. This is almost a 50-50 match. Almost. Nadal is back. Rafa Nadal is a champion. Okay. Anyway, so we got Nadal and Murray in the semis, one versus four. So at least that I'm sticking with that for now. Federer absolutely is going to take his revenge over Milos. There's no way Milos is going to play at that level, and Federer is moving much better. He's hitting the backhand much better. He's taking it early. He's taking the backhand return early. Fans are going to go crazy right here. This is the rematch, revenge match. This is it for Roger. Roger's so close now to win his 19th major. And I don't want to jinx his chances, but you know, I'm going to go with him, obviously. He is Roger Federer. Gasquet against Lopez. This is another tough match. I mean, if Lopez can take out Del Potro and he can take out Monfils, I mean, obviously you got to think he has a shot against Richard. But to me, I think Richard, if it goes the distance, Richard is not going to break down. Whereas Lopez is, I mean, he's never gotten past the quarterfinals. I'm going to go with Gasquet. Gasquet made the semis in 2015. So we have Federer against Gasquet, and we have Nadal against Murray. Totally, everyone will say Gasquet versus Federer, right? I mean, not Djokovic against Federer. This right here, I mean, if this happens for me, like if Del Potro can pull this off right here, I mean, I'll be really relieved. Not that I don't like Novak. I mean, I love Novak as well. Nothing against him, but I mean, I'm a Federer fan all the way. So for Federer, this is going to be really good to not have to play Djokovic and potentially Nadal or Murray back to back. I mean, we'll see. We know he beat 4 top 10 players to win the Australian Open. I mean, 35. That's just incredible, right? I mean, anyway, so it's 7:36, and I'm getting late, so I gotta go and I gotta just pick. Federer's a huge favorite here. Federer's gonna get to the final. All right, are we gonna have the Nadal versus Muzzard? Who's gonna win this? What do you guys think? I think right now, I mean, I think Murray is just all that mileage from the first couple of rounds, plus the Vesely match could go the distance. I mean, Bublik, who knows what he can do. Wawrinka, I mean, Wawrinka match will be over 4 hours if that happens. So, and you know, he's a little bit, still you're a little worried about that hip. Hopefully that doesn't flare up again. But this is Wimbledon, so he did make the semis. And Nadal is back. Nadal versus Federer, greatest player of all time. We're back. 18 slams for Roger, 15 for. All right, the final that we all wanted. This is it. Back to 2008, which some people call that the greatest tennis match of all time. I mean, it's because of that match that I actually started playing tennis. Right there, that match. Federer versus Nadal, US Open. I mean, sorry, Wimbledon. They never played at US Open. Wimbledon 2008, greatest tennis match of all time. 9-7 in the 5th set. I love both of these guys. Such humble, such gracious champions. They've achieved so much. They've given back. There's an absolute credit to our sport. Either way, tennis wins. Whoever wins. I mean, this is a toss-up right here. I mean, recently Federer's got the better of Nadal in 4 meetings, but this is a different Nadal than even those hardcourt meetings. This is going to be the ultimate test. It's no longer going to be slice. I mean, it's no longer going to be Federer just banging away with the backhand to the forehand, because I mean, Nadal is just on grass that may not work as well as it did at the Australian. So and it's 5 sets. All right, 50-50 toss up. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I know this is hard. I'm gonna do a live. I'm gonna keep on doing more analysis as the tournament goes on. I gotta leave now. I'm gonna say Federer is the champion. I'm gonna go with him. Roger Federer wins it all. He wins his 19th Grand Slam. He'll be holding up the trophy. The whole tennis world will be on their feet. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be an incredible, incredible, incredible 2 weeks. The most memorable slam in many, many years. Maybe second to the Australian Open this year. That was epic. What would be the total number of aces? I'm going to say 20 for the final. Oh, for the winner, yeah, 20. Elapsed time, I'm going to say 3 hours and 37 minutes. Why not? And I'm submitting it. All right, so back to the screen. Oh, sorry. Back to Hangouts. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm back. So guys, this was an absolute pleasure. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed this. I hope I can do this more often in my busy schedule. And yeah, please don't forget, please like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, give me criticism. This is the first time I'm doing something like this, sharing all my tennis knowledge. This was so much fun. And yeah, this is gearing up to be an exciting 2017 Wimbledon. I mean, I'm not gonna see a time like this again with Federer and Nadal. Not like this year. This year's just been outstanding. I'm privileged to be calling myself a tennis player. It's the most wonderful time of the year, Wimbledon 2017. So, see you guys later. Have a great day, and hope you enjoyed.